Guys, welcome, guys. Welcome to the closing argument today, Monday, the 29th of April. Just one more day off. We'll be out of April, guys. It's interesting. It's good to be here. Sorry, I've been away. I wasn't here last week. I was out of town. I'm back in town, and it is good to be here on the closing argument. We'll be joined by our team shortly. Panelists will be joining us, but we'd like to welcome you on a lot of happenings that is taking place in our country, Liberia. We're glad to bring you the news, bring you what's happening on the closing argument. I know you guys been waiting. Last week, Monday, we didn't come on because the guys, the studio had some technical problems, but we're happy to be back. We're happy to be here. Good to see you guys, Christian Roberts and Big Smoke Godfrey Williams, Big Brother Edwin Kura. Good to see you, James Coyote. It's good to see you. Good to see you guys as well. We ask that you just do us a favor, share the show, guys. Share the show as we come to you. We'll be joining you shortly from some of our team will be joining you shortly. But a lot is happening in Liberia today. We saw the team at the Liberia Telecommunication Authority (LTA) take over the team led by Abdullah Kamar today took over, and it's a lot happening in Liberia. You know, Liberia is a very interesting country. As I was saying to somebody earlier, we make laws, but we go back and disobey our own law, and violate it in a way, and it's acceptable once it's in our favor. Once we have it in a way that benefit us, we say it's fine, whether we violate it or not. And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting country to see, and that's what I tell people all the time. Very, very interesting. We make our own laws, and then we'll violate our own law, and then we'll say it's a good thing to do. We say it's acceptable. We say it's fine, and we live with it. I mean, how can we grow? How can our country, that is 100 something years old, 170 something years old, how can we grow when we can't even go by simple laws that we make? We violate it all the time, and I think we don't have regards for the court, the Supreme Court, and other thing. We do it. Everything is okay. And it's bad. It's very bad for a nation that is still trying to find a way into the modern globalization, into the modern other countries that we have around us. We are probably the least of every country on the west coast, the west continent, in the west coast of Africa. We are the least, and yet still the basic laws of the land, we sit there and violate. We don't care. Once it's in my favor, it's in Henry Peabody's favor, I say it's fine. Whether it's wrong, I accept it. But yet it's still with respect to grow it. You can't grow a country like that. And that's why we see that our people are still suffering. Our people still making decisions that they're not sure of. They electing people who will not represent them. How long can you go? Some of you guys will not even live to see development in Liberia, and that's the fact. We're not live to see things change in that country because people do not want to change. I mean, it's just the fact. People don't want to change. We don't want to change. We don't want to accept failure. We don't. Sometimes you can fail and pick up from where you fail. But for us, we refuse to accept change. And that's why expert others will come into that country and be disappointed because of the way that we behave, or the way, because we don't want change, my brother. In every country, in every culture, if you do not have change, if you can't change your ways and want to stick by the old way, you're not going to have anything to come for you. I'm going to be very honest, and that's why we are seeing uh, in our country today. That's why we are seeing Liberia today. You say, okay, you say, President we did it this way. So even the President we did it wrong, you're going to do it too because he did it. And that's why we're seeing right now, when you ask people, uh, 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 they say, oh, the last government did it. But then why did you run on a change? If you ran to change things, then why you're focusing on how the last government did it? You ran to change it, and just to be part of it, part of the same thing. So today we've seen a lot happening. I understand last night at the stadium there was a young man that died at the stadium yesterday at the SKD stadium. I don't know what the ramification of all of that, or what happened. But maybe Ansu will come on and we'll talk about it. What happened last night? But it is sad. It's sad for a nation. And I understand the budget, the national budget was passed today. But Ansu, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Peabody. Let me say it again. Welcome. Thank you so much. And thanks to the other guys, Ada and Aaron, the rest of the team. You're in Liberia. Good to be on, and good to be back on closing argument.
So yeah, good to be back. But there's a lot happening in the country today, and maybe you can bring me up to par with what's going on in Liberia, especially with the incident at the SKD Sports Stadium yesterday. The incident, and then the happening at LTA and all of that. Maybe you can bring us back to par what happened in Ansu. So
Yes, especially with the one from the Samuel County Sports Complex. We all know that the National County Sports meet the start of that's at the closing of last year, 2023 to 2024, November to December closing up. Normally we once the National County Sports meet. Yeah, but it was postponed uh, last year and to the beginning or the start of this year. And due to at that time it was into the transitioning process or transitioning time where this new government are coming in and everything was placed on pause until the government can sit and then maybe go through the various programs and have a very unique and organized program to the Liberian people. So that program, the National County supposed to be hot, and normally during the transition time, the outgoing government can request to the incoming government, or the incoming government can request to the outgoing government that this competition, no, we want to host it. Like during the president said it, former president said it, when she was leaving the administration of former president, we are requested to hold for hosting the National County Sports Meet. So she turned it over to them. So that's why they seen with this government to requesting to the George Weah government of hosting the National County Sports Meet. So meaning that everything was turned over, to this government, and to put things in place that will hold place on the National County Sport Meet. So at that time of the year or the close of the year, the program now went through. We have to postpone it to this time here. And the National County Sports Meeting is about, it meant to unify, it meant to foster peace among Liberians. It meant to, especially after a very crucial election coming to this tournament. So many see it as a way in which this tournament could mold the mind of young people, could bring that brings New Zealand back together. To forget about election, especially soccer, kickbox, all these the fewer disciplines of sports. Um, um, it help to foster peace. But politically now, the tournament has getting different picture than what you said. The game on with Grand Gita in Lima County. That game was pushed from the weekend to today due to poor in terms of the lighting system at the SKD Sport Complex. So for that reason, the game was pushed to today, and many people started questioning, but how was the preparation like? This county meet, they postponed it two different times. How was the arrangement? How was the preparation like? That today again we are going to the SKD, no live business. They've been pushed now to Monday. Today again, going to the game. The whole thing I just been, there are a lot of big hands. There are a lot of things being national kind is supposed to be now. It's not a type of tournament. Peabody, maybe Peabody would say, usually used to attend. But it's a tournament now in which I would say it. Maybe
Hassan.
yeah, the organizers or who them maybe just decide now who's win, who's go through. So it's no more about that type of taste of peace, that taste of bringing Liberians together. They still have people living in SKD with 20 miles. They still have people living in SKD, not being satisfied. A tournament to unite Liberians, a tournament to bring the people together. We are not taking this entire tournament, politicizing it now, and it getting to battle, officiating of match officials very poor, organizing it, the organization of the entire tournament are being so poor, and especially a tournament to unite Liberians, bring us together. So that's how the national county sports meet. That's those are some of the things coming from the county sports meet. Peabody. It's no more tournament. I would say maybe where we go to now, we talk about meeting each other. It is about tournament now of discussion, especially today at the SKD. What happened there? People breaking chairs, people destroying things at the SKD. Still in which just few months ago, FIFA just did that ban on Liberia, giving us the opportunity to play back home. Our people now destroying that stadium with few more months ago or a month ago to our international games. We are destroying the stadium due to the way how our people are organizing those local tournament back home here. So the academy, as I said, is no more there, but how many people think people should go to it again? Tournament to foster peace. Yesterday, it was just too embarrassing. May her soul rest in peace. One Vivian Sando, may her soul rest in peace. She was on the female national team. So then she came from the game from watching the Lofa and Bombing County game. She came from that game on Sunday, and this morning the leftist body of Vivian Sando was found somewhere in Monrovia, and that investigation we wait for the police to hear what's happening, what's been wrong. But this issue of people still being killed secretly, bodies still being formed around the time, with new people being killed, people, this thing here is something in which you've been fighting the past administration, the George Weah government, was highly criticized on in terms of secret killing. So this thing still continue running into the Joseph Boakai government again. So Vivian Sando, body was from somewhere in time, went on police investigation.
Hmm. This is really sad. Thank you, Ansu. It's really sad, Ansu, because as you rightly said, the content meet was to bring us together as one. Irrespective of our ethnic background, but to come together as one and to promote unity and love and socialization among the Liberians and all of that, and also to recognize talents, young talents that we could
Mhm.
select to form part of our national team. And that's why. But it had turned out to be violent. Just a few months ago, we were talking about. I mean, people were talking about the stadium. FIFA had condemned our field. It was not a
Mhm.
right place to play. We were blaming Minister Zulgad Wilson. We're blaming President Weah. We're blaming everybody else. Now they found the money. They fixed the stadium. Our stadium is in good shape. Other countries like Sierra Leone, they come and play the game at our stadium. But just to notice that we are back on
Yeah.
this violent behavior that if it didn't go in my favor, I would jump there, I would bust a chair, I would do things, and
Mhm.
that means that you're sending all your voice, which is sad. It's very, very sad for the country. And I don't know what kind of security is put in place at our soccer field, but to hear what happened, that people were breaking some of the very chairs and things that millions of dollars have been spent on that stadium.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
stadium, I mean, I had the opportunity to go to that stadium last November, and I saw how the stadium was put. It's intact. I mean, they did a great job at that stadium to even have seats. But when we used to go to SKD, we sat on the hard cement, or the hot. There were no seats and everything there at the time. But see what's happening. After putting all of that together, they are now going and tearing it apart. They are breaking things because things didn't go their way. They are fighting and busting things, stuff like that. I mean, that's why I say, look, in the absence of a credible justice system where you can actually punish some of these people for the behavior, nothing will happen because people see it as a way of violence and destroying things as an acceptable behavior. Because you know what? The law is very weak. The law is very light on them. So we make our own law and go against it. The first thing is say, oh, I know
Mhm.
that ball. That dead man's son. Oh, we thought the
Yeah.
film will go. But what sense does it make for young people to go and watch a game at the national stadium and say because it didn't go in your favor, you are breaking things, you are destroying things and stuff like that. One reservation I have for the entire county meet is that county meet was put together so that we can select young talents for our national team. But it doesn't appear like that no more. Sometimes you take a whole team from Monrovia and take them to a county and bring them. So the people that live in the counties do not have a representation. If the talents will not come up because the first thing we're doing is bringing everybody from Monrovia to come and play for our county, but we're not actually
Yeah.
featuring the talents from those counties. That very young potential great soccer player, but we are not featuring them. Everybody's going to Monrovia and bringing a team. At times you see the whole national team, all the first division player playing for the county. What an excitement! What about those young people that are there that should be exposing the talent that people should see? But it's sad. It's very sad. I don't think violence should be encouraged. I mean, after the game, everybody came on the pitch. Everybody jumping over the fence and coming on the field. How
Mhm.
long will you stop that? When will you guys put a stop to that? That after the game, nobody come across that fence. Because every time people make their way and jump over the fence or jump over whatever wall they have there, they have to pay money again to go and repair other areas, because they are breaking it, they are jumping out and things like that. When will we be saver enough to be very saver and say, look, this is what happened, and we don't need to do that except we have a law put in place. We have a law that those who should be managing the security will not break those laws because some of the very people who break that law could be the officer of the sound on the soccer field. All right, he will take dollar, $2, $5, $100 from somebody to jump on the field or to go sit in some place and know the people shouldn't be sitting there. But it's sad, and it's sad again to hear about a young lady whose body was found somewhere else. Now, there was a big issue made about this when the CDC government was in power. In fact, they had people going as far as the U.S. Congress and testifying that they were taking the bodies and they were making sacrifice for these people, that the CDC government was doing it. But it's still happening in our country. What is being put in place? And we hear the story for 2 or 3 days, and that will be the end of the story. Unfortunately, you have player attacking. Yeah, thank you, Edwin Kura. You have player attacking the referee on the field. You going after and attacking the referee on the field. Those kind of folks should be banned. They shouldn't play for 5, 6 years or probably banned for life. They should not be coming to play on the soccer team no more. Those kind of inhumane and indisciplined behavior should not be encouraged. When you go to attack the man who's the commissioner, who's the head of the game, then you don't want to play. You don't want to play. I don't care whether you play for the best thing in the world. You should be banned from playing in a counted meet for good. Should not be encouraged to play in a counted meet. That will serve as a deterrent for the other folks who sit there who want to come on such behavior. It will serve as a deterrent for them. But you cannot have people going after the referee, attacking the ref. It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
I hope they will go after these folks and expel them from the county meet. Expel them. They should not be allowed to come out and play again. It's really, really sad. And to see our
Very
country,
sad. Very, very sad.
To
Very
see
sad.
our country, Liberians are great people. But why sometimes we do that to ourselves? Why we so awful? Thank you, Brigadier Powell. He said the hate and violence in our country is bad. Why we hate each other like that? We are brothers and sisters. But the fact is, why is it that a simple game who should unite us as brothers and sisters turn it into attack, turn it becoming bloody? I saw pictures of people who were bleeding and stuff from the soccer field. A soccer game, simple game. We can't even control ourselves for a simple game. What if we're having an international game? You know how disgraceful that would be? People jumping across the pitch, running on the field, when it shouldn't even be there. That field should only be for the players and officials. And the match official, elder official, the journalist. But people make their way on the field. There are no official, there are nobody, but you see them sitting down there. And we accept it. We take out something acceptable. But I think the content meet this year is a complete mess. And I think the LFA, the Ministry of Youth and
Sports,
yeah, they need to do something about it because this year is a disgrace. Then you're hearing that some of the games were even canceled because there was no light on the pitch and all of that. That is a complete shame, bro. You're having a content meet. You know that people will be watching this game and people will be there at night. Why not? Even if you need to rent or use a generator, and when the regular current goes to keep it on, you're not doing it.
I think they have the major Peabody, the major power on that issue. It was on the bulb there at the stadium, and I got information that each of that pole take over, I think 48 bulbs on that pole. Each of the each of the bulb is cost 1,000. It's around 1,000 plus or $1,000. So if you have 48 bulb on that pole, and in the major competition, before the competition, you have to check it up. You have to try them to know which one damaged, the sport one in terms of changing it. So if the youth is supposed telling us that, because during the game time with Nima and Grand out of 48, I think just each pole only had one bulb on. So I didn't see now 47 bulb each on each of that pole were damaged. If each cost 1,000, if each bulb there is cost $1,000, let's do our calculation, our mathematics or more. 47 bulb on each pole is what they are telling us, that each of the bulb 47 on each of that pole, the 4 different poles are standing at the 4 different corners of the stadium. Are they saying that 47 bulbs on each of that poles were damaged? So meaning that this is why they compare the kids to play by 1:30, 2 o'clock. And Liberia, when it comes to how the country is very hot. So the kids were forced to play at that time of the day between 1:32, looking at the condition of They knew very well that because of the license still has at the stadium, so they were forcing the game between that time, not for it to go as fast as night, because they know very well that the Bobs there had problem. So they compared it to the case of play at that time of the day, which I was telling someone, I said, I hope our authority, those that are in power, who can put boots on their foot or on their feet or where, let them go to that place and play by 132.
Yeah.
To tell them how they were suffering the kids to play at that time on that rock between 2 o'clock of the day, only because of their own negligence, not to do the right thing, not to correct the balls in that damage, not to put it up. So for that reason, they had it in them on a very hard sun playing soccer game. But that's it, as he said again, Peabody, everything just like everything, that's all. Preparation. Last year, from November to December to January, we shall close this county meeting. It was postponed. And people felt like, okay, you did it because you were ready to put the referee in place. You were ready to put all the necessary mechanisms in place to present a very unique and well organized competition, a tournament to the people. This is why you decided to postpone it. Now, all the way to April, the month of April, even during the preliminary rounds or the qualifying rounds, where the guys are playing other Maserati, they were playing out. What preparation were you carrying home? Even if the team qualified to come to Monrovia, how in the way not doing the preparation to know that, the matter of fact, the game was good tonight. Because the thing is a tournament, you cannot give point up. Nima coming late, you cannot give Nima point out to Grand G there. Basha coming late, you cannot do that. So you know very well that this thing here, that's a tournament, is about peace and reconciliation. So some of the hard measures of what decision you're supposed to take in soccer, you won't do that. So for that reason, it will definitely go into night. It will end at night time. So what preparation did you put in place? So people going to the game and getting to know that people watching this game live, on the internet, and then that because of licensing at a stadium, a friend of mine from that side that called me and said, it sounds very strange in my ear. Yeah, I still don't have like to bet him a game. So how like yeah, he said it sounded cool.
That's
So I said,
sad.
yeah. So that's how this one here. And on that girl case again, of Vivian Sando Peabody, this is why I was telling Tomalin last on the show. I said it hurt me so much that we're looking for cases when it comes to secret killing.
Mm-hmm.
We wake up in the morning hour, find innocent people body, all on the street and other stuff. We don't know the doers. We don't know who killed them. For that reason, some of the cases today, police stay investigating. People to South Beach as investigation continue, whether they are there as whether they are the doer or what, but because they were maybe found on the crime scene or being around there, supposed to South Beach today. All the investigation going on for security and other stuff. Our case landed right into our hand with that Jessica Gale story. It landed right into our head where it not needed any formal justification of anything. And we just play with that case. At the end of a labyrinth, the justice system just decided to just throw it out in that way there. So it make me, this is why I say I don't know go deep with it, because that should have been a case in which we've been looking for who they're doing secret killing.
Yeah.
It's why we are investigating. We are, we're finding out people to know how people doing the killing the time. And you find a white man attempt to kill someone. So in case that motorcycle was not on scene, just in case he was not around, and such thing happened to that guy, we're going to find another body somewhere. The next day or the next morning, definitely we're going to find that guy body somewhere. This case landed right into our hand. What happened now to this girl, Vivian, the Vivian Lord girl? What's happened to her now? Nobody know, because of Vivian's son, rather. Vivian's son, nobody know what happened to her. What's the cause?
Yeah,
what went wrong? What happened? So
it's sad,
as I said, that's the country we're in. So we went on investigation, Peabody.
In my honest opinion, the police not equipped to investigate any kind of news of death or anything like. They're not equipped. You know, our police, it would take some time for our police to actually get, I mean, the resources they need. I don't think our police have the resources.
Mm,
I don't think they have the thing they need to do an investigation. We saw a lot of things happen in our country. We saw drugs that was very clear, millions of dollars of drugs. You arrested those people. They took them to court. What happened the next day? They were released and they were out of the country. We saw a young lady die that was dating. I like to be precise. Some Lebanese guy. Let's say that
mm.
lady. I think I don't know her name was Angel or somebody. She
Princess.
died. Princess.
That one princess, yeah, princess.
Yeah, we saw Princess dying. What happened? Nothing happened. Nothing will happen. I mean, so I tell the people in Liberia, just be careful. Take care of yourself. When there's any area where you see people arguing or some major argument going on, just stay away
Mm-hmm.
from it. Don't go there. Go your way. Don't get into it because you will die and nothing will come of it. Nothing will happen. You know, people will hardly go to jail or nobody be persecuted. We saw the recent case of this little the Jessica Lloyd girl almost killed that little girl. It was very clear. But what
Mm-hmm.
happened? She went free and went, and the next day he was out of the country. Did anybody bother
Mm-hmm.
him or so? Did anybody say, "Oh no, we're gonna go back to the court or challenge this"? Or did it just say, "Don't leave the country"? Nothing happened. The man was out of the country. So in the absence of a
Mm-hmm.
credible justice system, bro, nothing gonna happen. People will get hurt. We see recent ruling in the Supreme Court. Did anybody adhere to that law? What the Supreme Court did?
Mm-hmm.
No. And the next day, they fired the people and they put in on an investigation. You didn't audit them from the beginning. There's nothing to report that the audit was they were caught in this. The next thing you fire them and say you're auditing them. So you're punishing them before they actually get charged with a crime. That's exactly what happened. So our country, we play with the law. Mhm.
And Peabody, not just punishing in terms of going to face going to face investigation, but at the same time, you are sending them for investigation and then appointing people or asking people to spend the areas as acting leaders. So it still remain open. You said they should go for investigation or they go on investigation, right? Then at the end of this investigation, if they are having to come out, if they are having to come out for this investigation, maybe what crime or what maybe definitely the name maybe or what definitely book or what in the cookies jar what you thought on. If they have to come up for this investigation, what become of the job? Are you going to be up because you already have people now acting to the visa positions already?
Mhm. Well, we saw big ceremony today. We saw all going on. So apparently, this will. I don't know what they will do. Whether they'll go back to the Supreme Court, but but this is totally wrong. It's unacceptable. You know,
Mm,
and that's why we see the breakdown in our law and order. There's no law and order in our country. So even the Supreme Court can make a decision, and people still go against it. What happened? Nothing. So that you have people dying, nothing happened. You
mm,
have people that busted for drugs, and the next day you free all those people that left the country. So people wonder, you want investors to come into the country. But you cannot even uphold your own laws, your own law that you made. You want investor to come in, investor to come in the
yeah.
country. Oh, one foreign direct investment, want this to happen. But when somebody read that you can't even uphold your own law, they read that there's no rule, law and order in the country. What do you think they would do? You think they're going to come up there to put the money there, and then at the time when they go to court, nothing happened? You're not going to
Mm,
have investors. You're not going to have people coming in. The, li- the least should follow the law of the land. We should go by the court, but the justice system, man. Unfortunately, it's sad. It's very very sad. You have people taking money from people for houses. I mean, I saw a couple the other time. This lady and her husband, they save a lot of money to buy a house somewhere, some Millennium place in Monrovia. There, what happened? He hid the money, and by the time the people went to court to get him arrested, somebody from the very court called him and told him to leave. They were coming to arrest him. Is that how you have laws? Is that how you have a law to exist in that country? Is that how you make a change in that country? It's
Mm.
not going. It's not going to happen. It's not going. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen because we have great laws on the book, but we refuse to go by it. That's why it's systemic all over. Even the
Yeah.
youngest child today can steal and will not be afraid. It's not even afraid to steal because he knows nothing going to happen to him. Nothing going to happen
Mm.
because our law is flawed. Very, very weak. Very, very weak. If you have your own government now going by law, then what? If I'm in a home and my dad not even following the rules of the home, you think you expect me to follow it? If my dad continue to go against every rule that he put in place in the house, do you think I will follow it? I'll go against it. And that's what we're seeing happen in the country today. You know, I mean, nothing happened. People go on soccer field to fight, blood at each other. And what happened? They have to go find money to go. Nothing happened to them. Nobody arrested anybody. Everybody go their own way. So it's
Yes.
really sad. You know, it's really, really sad for our country. Very, very sad. So, so
Yeah. So those are images and photos of what you may think about on the internet from this country, from Liberia. As you said, it's a very bad time, especially with the type of expectation that people really high, the level for high expectation, the high that type of belief and confidence, into President Boy so much, and I think they really want him, because I was telling someone, I said we cannot do all. We cannot do all as one. What they're requesting for the World Economic Court, at the same time, what they're also pressing people on tenure position. At the same time, they're on motorcyclists, um, leaving the main street. At the same time, we're going after the wrong people for jobs. Everything is just in 3 months.
and what happened? Nothing happened. We do everything. We come up with all these big things and nothing happened. You don't plan.
Then you
Did
have you
anybody
have the
live in
asset
Florida?
recovery team.
Yeah, it's dead upon arrival. Asset recovery team is dead upon arrival. You know, if you don't plan, what it's saying? If you don't plan, those who doesn't plan to fail.
Hmm.
It's a complete. That's what we're seeing right now. You come up, oh, we'll bring an asset recovery team. Nothing happened. They tell you position. They, you give Joey a hard time. Joey had to back up on some error. You give him a hard time. He back up on some error not to remove people. You came right there. You do the same thing that Joey was trying to do. All right. They say, oh, Joey, I did it this way. So is that the thing you ran on to change? Is that why you ran on to change? You know, think like Liberia, live like Liberia, love like Liberia. Is that how you think like Liberia when you come in and violate all the laws that you're self-put in power, you're self-made? Is that how you do it? It's shameful, very very shameful. Look what's happening now in the country. I don't know when the people got when the last time that 7-7 got paid. I don't know. You see, so you didn't have a plan. 3 months. I think I heard it passed the budget today. Is that true?
Yes, yes. This wonderful budget has been passed. I think the House of Representative need to send it to the Senate now for yeah. So the House have already passed it. I think they need to send it to the Senate. That one next. So let's see what's come out. From there, because that budget has already been viewed, criticized by the House of Representatives and some of lawmakers. So passing this budget on the White House, let's see what become of it. Send it to the Senate.
Yeah, so it's it's I mean, let's see what's going to happen. But unfortunately, Liberia is a beautiful country. Liberian people are great, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But Liberian people need a change. But I'm telling you, It's not going to come quick. It's not going to come anytime soon. I mean, it's going to take. It's going to be some hard road, and we keep making the same mistake. We keep doing the same thing. Somebody said, I think it was Mr. Cummings. He said, you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect change. How you will get change? How you going to get change? You come in. Look, a leader do not divide people. He leader unite. When a leader come in, he doesn't take cyber. He take control. That's who a leader should be. The one who takes control, not the one who takes side. Okay. But what we see here is we have people coming to power and taking side, dividing the nation, which is very sad. A leader should be the one who take control, not taking side. And that's what we're seeing happening right now. That's what we're seeing happening right now all over. People go into these offices with a lot of anger. It is my time. It's my time. People cannot survive without the government job at all. A lot of them live to depend on government job. That's all they want. So if it calls them to do anything just to hurt the other people, just to come with all these hate, we'll take it from this person. You come into the office, you see people who have been working there 10, 20 years, and you want to remove them only because you think it is your time. If you own Liberia, it is your country. You feel that it's for you, it's your personal property. You want to come in and just remove people like that. No good leader work like that. A good leader comes in and take control. A good leader will not come in and take sides. He comes in and take control. That's what a good leader would do. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's very sad. I mean, we blame, and then we do not have the solution. Our side did not have the solution. We blame people, but our side did not have the solution to solve it. I come in and do all the talking, Liberia, all this happening, that happening, and look what we're looking at. We are saying, look at EPS. See how they went in and just remove people like that. You said they're not qualified. How long did you vet these people to know that they were not qualified and just got that? You just came and you start firing these people. When you fire people and you being the whole government, you need to create an opportunity for the unemployed people. You need to find a way of giving them job, find a way of where they will benefit. You don't just go and kick them out and send them out. What happened at EBS? See what's happening there now. See what the people are going through at EBS. You're firing people, you're laying people off. Yeah, they say some people have with ghost name. That's fine. I think it's fair enough for those with ghost name to be removed from on the list. I think it is very fair. Okay, but what you?
I think I think they even forget to even take the arm for him. That over 200 plus EPS officer that was dismissed.
Yeah, you dismissed 200 plus EPS officer. You did not take the arm. You just wrote them, let them to the never come back. They will not come back. And those people are moving around with arm. Is that the best security solution there for the country? Those are trained people. They know how to use guns. You got 200 people with guns. And they're moving up and down. What do you expect? What do you expect to happen? Is that the way to do it? Is that the way? Did you administer a test to these people and they were not qualified? Or did not meet the minimum requirement? So what the minimum requirement set to hire them? If it did not meet the minimum requirement, is that how you do it? How you know they didn't meet the minimum requirement? It's just going in and being so hateful and being so unkind, unloving, because you don't want to see them because they were in the previous government, so we're going to remove them. Is that what you do? I think it's wrong. You have people go in the street taking people's cars without even put order to do it. And you said after you just started taking people's cars, you didn't even know what arrangement was made for these cars and stuff. It's sad. It's sad. Unfortunately, you know, fortunately, no government stay in power forever. No government. We saw the
Mm.
administration of President we are. And some people thought 6 years was not come. Now we're seeing it with President Boakai. And we feel like 6 years will not come. We feel that we come. Look, the the way you behave, the way you treat people. They got a parable. I hear people saying it. It's really funny. They said when you're climbing the tree or going up the ladder, don't forget the people you left down there, or the people that were down when you were going up. Because when you come back down, you're part of the same people. And I think folks need to be careful how to treat each other. This country is for every Liberian, everyone. It's not owned by one group of people. So the decency that we exhibit uh, 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 with our brothers and sisters, it will go a long way in changing the mind of our people, in helping our people come together. But it's sad that Liberia is so divided. There's just so much hate among our Liberians. So
So
much hate.
divided until the county meet set to bring the people together again. They play with it again.
It's
They
divided.
put politics into it.
They can't
They
meet
put
that
politics
should
into
bring
it.
everybody
Yeah,
together. Yeah. They put it
and they are thinking Peabody. They are
in
thinking that to
serious
be
work.
like you know how did they take the county meet now? They're thinking this county meet nothing to be like uh if this other president who come to this comes in leadership, it should
Hmm.
be their own time. That's how the whole
Yeah.
thing looking at now. So maybe during former President Seti, President Weir time, it was their time. So they are giving that type of picture of that county meet should be in the hands of this person. This is the person time
Yeah.
now. For them to this is their own time. That's the type of picture they are giving of the academy. And people
But
go to the game, people go to the stadium because they feel that they are going to support this thing here, in which they feel this is the only tournament people follow, people love to attend. People how to attend when our national team playing, people how to go to the games there. Local leagues there, people how to go to it. Well, the academy is where people put everything in. So if we
yeah.
not try to put quality into it, the way you said again, people, this country will keep being divided because coming
Yeah.
for a very crucial election indeed. People hearts still burning, and you understand me? And yeah,
Yeah.
and the country is divided. So look at the economy, at least to bring people back together. That's my, yeah, to pull our viewers back, maybe on the right, maybe the red track of what you may think about. This is the county meet. And the way it's proceeding, I would just sit home and say, I don't want to go watch maybe Lofa and Bomb game, or maybe Lofa and Riwa G game, because if I go to that game, Lofa will already beat. I don't want to go see Barca, maybe in Riwa says game, because if I go to that game, Barca people just start to have that type of mind thinking, because it's how we are presenting the county meet to them.
Right. And you see, Ansu, the thing that is, the sad thing that is, we don't know any way to resolve our issue, but to result into violence. We cannot look. Let me tell you, it's not. It's not only in Liberia, even in the U.S. here in America. Liberians are so divided and hateful. Even the biggest Liberian organization that should be in America, the Liberian Association of the Union of Liberia Association in America, the ULA, they're in court. They are in
Mm.
court. Since the last election, they've been in court. Can you imagine? You should be the parent body of all Liberian organization in America. You end up in court. You can't even conduct a simple election. How are you going to go back and tell the people in Liberia to behave? How
You
are you
talking
going
about
to
the
tell
Liberians?
them?
Are you talking about the Liberians saying the U.S.?
The United Liberian Association of the America. They are in court.
They include on that side again. They care the good
Yeah,
business. Where to that side?
for, ele- for election. They're in court for election business. So even most of the Liberian organization here, they either end up in court. I can name you one 2 weeks ago. They just had an election in Trenton, New Jersey. One group said the other group, another group ended up in court right in Trenton, New Jersey. You see? So it's when it comes to this hate and Liberia not working together, it's not only in Liberia, but in the US here. There are several Liberian organizations that don't work together. We hate each other. We don't love each other. When it's not our way, then we say this person don't know it or this person don't do it, And it's very, very sad for us. That's why sometimes some of us don't go to a lot of Liberian organization meetings and things like that because the way they treat each other and the way they behave. So the best thing sometimes you do is to just stay away, But it's really sad, Look at the counter meet. I hope you guys could put us some of that picture that you got put in some and see a counted meet. Where Liberia should. I have been planning. I said, hey God, I will plan one day to go to Liberia and just watch some of the counter meet. I want to be part of it. I want to see my county play and sit there and have fun and joke with each other and laugh. I want to see those things happening. But you can't even see it happening in the country. People are fighting among themselves. A common soccer game. Why should people die? Why should people die just for a soccer game? Why should somebody die? So it's really, really sick. It's really sad.
Just what I was saying to my friend on our sister program this evening, SKTV. I talking to me when I told you, I said I think that since that how they're trying to play with the games now, they're trying to politicize the whole country game at the national stadium. Then I think that we can transfer the games now to one of our local stadiums and try to avoid that SKT. Because for me, I'm looking at the punishment we went through when FIFA banned SKT. What they're playing in Morocco. We're all around playing around around Africa yet. Because of that stadium not be given the green light for us to news. This time around now, we're taking country games to the stadium. And we're having people now, going to the game, being disenchanted, destroying things that are at the stadium. And with just a month between, we have international competition on hand for us to go to. We don't want to give FIFA or CAF come again, and please buy again on the SKD. So since this whole tournament, they're politicizing this whole tournament. This whole tournament is not about maybe bringing us together anymore. This tournament is no more giving that picture about Liberians that unifying the people, united, fostering peace among Liberians. Since the tournament is now, the area where Liberians go to, they still feel high. I think they take it to one of our local stadium. After the game, we just have everything done there and try to avoid this SKD.
Yeah, and that's what we should do. Avoid, but I mean, it's not avoiding the situation. I think what we need to do is avoid the situation. To avoid the situation, you carry the Anthony Thomas Stadium, they will still break down the stadium, they will still bust it up, but then they expect to come back the next day and have to be played. Oh, the government have not done anything yet. That stadium was just renovated to an international FIFA standard where you have international teams coming and playing games. You'll go right there. You're fighting just because two up here, somebody kicking the goal and they say it's not in your favor. You're fighting. They got no security. The organizer know that the lights and things were not working from the beginning. You got over 40,000 people on the stadium. Then you got no light. People literally probably were walking in the dark and stuff like that. And you expect to be having a league? That's a serious security breach over there. That's a serious security breach. That's a serious security breach. Can you imagine? I mean, what is wrong with our people? What is wrong with our country? What is wrong with us, bro? What is wrong with Nigerians? Law and order. Breakdown of law. Got government who come to power. Instead of say, you know what, the election was very bitter. We won by a percentage point. And this doesn't show that all the Liberians were happy or they voted for all. We have a commanding mandate from the people. Let's try and unite and pull these people together. We come in, we open the gap wide again. We come in, open the gap wide. You can put things in place. I have no problem with people coming say if people acquire assets fraudulently, I have no problem with taking it from them. I have no problem with people taking things from
It just the way how
people.
the operation be carry on.
Yeah, how you do it? So you come in with this revenge, this venge on your mind, vengeance. You say, I'm going to get them all. I'm going to make sure that they don't come back there. I'm going to make sure that nobody have it. I'm going to make sure I kick everybody out. So you're even kicking out people that were trained by the very government. There were people that the government spent hundreds, thousands, if not millions of dollars that the government sent to other countries to go and train. They went to school. They acquired great education. There are a lot of smart Liberians that travel out of the country. Went to Uganda, Rwanda, Sweden, Great Britain, other places. These children came with this fine degree, beautiful, in different, very disciplined. You kick them out because they're not part of your party. I, I, I thought Liberia's a country. Liberia's not a party. Look how they kick them off. You're so anxious to fire people that even you go against the very law that you are in power, that you crafted. When you are in power, you didn't want to leave. You said, we'll put 10 position here. You craft everything and sign it. Some people stay 8, 2, 3 there. Then you come and say, oh, the law made it the other day, not correct. We need to change it. You're sending people, you're firing people, suspending people without even finding a fault on them. Then you say general auditing will audit them. When the audit, then you think, well, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? You're going to find them guilty. You say, oh yeah, because you got to maintain what happened. Yeah, I mean, this is what happened yesterday. Facebook with no copyright to this, but look what happened on the field. Everybody jumping out of the field, trying to fight. What is this guy holding something in his hand or what?
Yeah, so
wow.
Yeah, so this yeah, that should be the player bench. That's the player bench here. The match official area where the match officials sit. Also, the players bench there on the perimeter. You can see it. Everything has been removed from the referee spot, and the guys in there with sticks in their hand. So that's how the top of that. That's how the entire schedule look today.
And the guy holding stick in his hand.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. Then it was an awkward scene, Peabody. At the end of it again, where it tend to where I saw then we started looking because Liberians now started going after if you do have the Grand Jide tab or if you have Nima County tab. So if you wear your Nima County, if you wear your Nima County jersey, maybe a Grand Jide jersey, there on that fee, just know that you have to find a way somewhere you move either your Grand Jide tab or your Grand Jide jersey for on you, because we started going after each other now.
So it was Nima and Grand Jide fighting.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's not good though. That's not good because the Liberian people, everybody, remember the bloody Liberian Civil War, and that game yesterday should have united people, should have brought people together, because we our brother from Nima, our sisters from Nima, brothers and sisters from Grand Jide as well, Nima and Grand Jide. That should have been something to unite and bring the people together. And unfortunately, it ended like that. And that's why I say we don't have security. The police not equipped. You got all these people jumping on the field. Why you even allow them to jump on the field? Why you allow them? These kind of games when you're playing it, you so to encourage unity. Come around the field, have people going around the field, and extend message of unity, message of love, message, tell them, so it's sad, I mean, it's true, but some say that the referee cheated, but I think we need to unite. Even the referee cheated, we should try to just, because Liberia don't need this. We suffer too much with this a travel thing, and this thing don't carry out anywhere. We are all Liberians, What are you from Nima, Grand Chita, Bassa, or where? This, we are Liberians, and this should unite us. This kind of game should unite us and bring us together, especially Nima and Granjita. This game should have brought them together as one family. You know, you beat my team, but we are still brother. Even if the ref cheated or somebody cheated, you should have just said, you know what, let's hold it together. You don't want to bring back memories from the past, because Liberians are still bitter from the past. They're still bitter. You know how many people died? Over two to 300,000 people died in our civil war. You don't want to go back to the past. If the counter meat is going to, that should bring us from the past, is taking us back to the past, then that is a problem. That is a problem. But we can't take the law in our hand. We can't take the law, go on the soccer field, and stand there and start to take the laws in our hand. I think it's totally wrong. It's not good, because look at somebody died yesterday. Now people are going to go after, oh, this person died, we going to revenge. You don't know how many bodies going to come up from this thing yesterday. You don't know who went after that lady and killed her. You know what's going to happen. People are not going to go on the offensive. They're going to go on the revenge now and say, look, we're going to go after this person who did. They're going to go after, and then people will be killing themselves for nothing. Why should we continue to kill each other? That's Liberia. Everything. Why? Why should we do this to each other? I think Liberians should try to hold together. And I think, look, I hate to say this, but if I was in the pressure of somebody, I would suspend the minister of sports, and I would fire all those who were involved in organizing this league. I would do that, because we don't need to see blood from simple counter meat. This thing can ban our stadium, because you have people dying at that stadium. A FIFA could ban us from there. It's totally unacceptable. What happened yesterday? Robert, good to see you, man. Good to see you. It was bad. But I think what they should do is to fire those in charge of organizing this counter meet. They need to fire those involved. You're right, Sarah Double. The vandalism was wrong, but the police need to exercise restraint. Shooting live bullets at innocent civilians is not the way to foster peace. I agree with you. Sarah. If the police were organized, put in place a plan to deal with this kind of situation, it would not have happened. It was wrong. Robert, good to see you, and welcome, Robert.
Okay. Before Robert draws Peabody, the deputy minister for youth and sports there, Minister Annie Kwame, I inboxed him whether it's possible that we join us on the show. He said due to his distance, so he may face a little bit internet problem, but we can place a call to him. He's monitoring the show. He can still join us. That's the deputy minister for youth and sports. Yeah, so Rabbi, if you guys get him in, so that's it. The minister said he monitoring, so yeah, he's
I was at the am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. I was at the stadium today. It was a very scary scene. It was a great game. Of course, I was at the stadium when the game ended 2-2 draw, and they had to push it back because of no light at the stadium. And so I thought that I needed to attend to see how it ended. So the field wasn't packed, right? Because a lot of folks who really wanted to be there were probably still at work. It started at sharp 4 o'clock, and it seems to have been a pretty good game until the last minute. Doc, we were sitting VIP and that last corner, and everyone just went crazy when that ball went into the net. And to be honest with you, I thought that was a goal. But then white folks were celebrating. The ref basically just continued the game, and Nima County kicked the ball upfield, and like nothing just happened, and everyone is asking what just happened, you know. And after you watch the replay, and I like what Representative Musa Ability said, right? It was a clear goal. There was no offside, there was no infringement, there was no foul. It was a clear grand jury goal. I do not understand uh, the ref decision, but it was a clear goal. And even now, every time you look at the replay on Intel Sports, I'm like, what did he not see? But I was driving over here and I heard you talked about some of these guys not having the, not can see. The referee was in the best position to have noticed exactly what happened, right? But just to play the devil advocate, this very ref was also the one who said during the last match that he couldn't see when it was like 6 o'clock because there was no light. But it was a clear goal. And I wrote a post and I said, if this game does not go Grand Judy's way, something terrible will happen. And I had no idea. Went to penalty kicks. Of course, Grand Judy defeated themselves because they missed two penalties. But the reaction here is that that game should not have gone into penalties had that goal been given to Grand Judy. Having said that, though, what we witnessed at SKD today, Dr. Peabody, we were stuck in that place for hours. We were stuck in there. Those young men
Wow.
and women invaded the pitch and they started to attack the referee. The few
Oh
cops
wow.
that are usually at the stadium to protect the referee, they could not protect themselves. Okay, because when those kids started jumping over the stadium and invaded the pitch and started to march towards the referee, those guys could not stop them. I mean, they were punching, trying to punch the referee and punching the back of the police officers. And I looked around and I said, this is not going to end well. And it escalated real quick. As soon as you notice, Nima County fans are on the pitch celebrating. Grand Judy fans are on the page basically vandalizing everything. The new seats that were installed were broken. I mean, I was right there. I took some videos of it. Those
Hmm.
boys were taking rocks and irons and breaking those things down. Young kids.
Wow.
I mean, I saw a kid on the video. Looks like he's about 10 years old. He was
Wow.
kicking the chair. They were tumbling things all over the place. And then it got bad when it took rocks, throwing the rocks at the VVIP section area, throwing chairs at folks in the VIP area. I mean, people
Hmm.
could have gotten hurt. And then when we got to the VIP gate, there was a police officer right there, and these Grand Judah fans were trying to come inside, demanding that the ref actually go outside. And the police officer was saying, "Hey, sir, we can't. You guys cannot come in here." It
Hmm.
got bad because those guys attempted to basically, I mean, force their way in it. I got outside and I would try to calm them down. My guys was like, "Robert, this is not safe. We need to get in the car. Let's go." And I said, "Gentlemen, please, this is not necessary. I know you feel like you got cheated, but there are many ways we can express our grievances. We don't have to get violent, but it got worse. We were in our car when a bus that looks like Nima County bus started to pull out. Those boys took rocks and started to throw rocks. And I tell you, I took a picture of the car, and a piece of the rock actually came and hit the front door of my car. And the guy, luckily, it didn't go through the window. there a crack on the door, and everyone started to scatter. And it was either you remain in the car and try to protect yourself, or your glass got broken, or you get out the car and run the other way. It was a terrible scene, man, and it was bad. And they demanded that until the ref comes outside, some of them said we will kill this ref today.
Hmm.
And I hope that they're safe. The Nima team had to were hiding in the back somewhere with the curtains down. Um, I think a young man got killed and everything. A young man got murdered today because of that. But it speaks to where we find ourselves, Dr. Peabody. We talked about rehabilitation a lot, and it seems like our government just don't get it, right? There are hooligans all over the place. This is not unique to Liberia, right? Referee make mistakes all the time. This is not unique to Liberia, but the reaction have got to be different. It reminded me of the Civil War, Dr. Peabody. Every time we have a grievance, every time we disagree, we're not happy about something, we feel cheated, we feel hurt. The way we go about it, about destroying everything. Look at what we did during the war. Other countries had war, but they didn't destroy the infrastructure. What we did today, after that stadium was banned, and the fact that we got important games coming up, why are you breaking things down? How does that benefit you? How does that change the reality that the penalty kicks were taken? You've lost the county meet. How does that benefit you? I understand the frustration, but we've got to channel our frustrations in different ways. We've got to do it in a much more civilized way. But unfortunately, we're dealing with a population of young people that are not have been abandoned at home, have been abandoned by their parents, and have been abandoned by society and our leaders. And so they are acting in ways unimagined. I mean, I could not believe my eyes today that young people will go out there and attempt to kill each other. This is wrong. One last point I want to make is this, Dr. Peabody. One of the biggest issues here now is what happens next. What kind of punishment, what kind of action does those in charge? I spoke with the one of the other deputy of youth and sports. What kind of action do we take? Because every time violence occurs, what action do we take to say, look, this is not right? Are we going to ban? Of course, Grand Jita got cheated, but the reaction to the fans. Are we going to ban Grand Jita for the next county meet? We have got to take some drastic action so people can control these organizations can control the fans to say, look, these reactions are not necessary. I understand your frustration, but we can file a complaint to the grievance committee. We can file a complaint to those in charge. Because if a complaint is filed and you watch the replay, it's clear that was a clear goal. Nima County should not have gone through. And the reason why they continue to cheat for Nima County, we all know. I'm not even going to inject this man's name in this, but it was a clear goal today. This county meet should unify us. What this has done is further divide us, and it's sad.
It is sad, Robert. It's very very sad. And that's what I said earlier. The police not equipped to deal with a situation like that. You have thousands of people on the soccer field. I mean, how did the people make their way down on the soccer pitch? How did they get down on the pitch? So where was the police when these people? But I mean, you said it right there, Robert. That Liberians cannot deal with the grievance. They always use violence. We destroy our country during the Civil War. We have not recovered from that. We have not recovered. We are the least in the sub-region. There's nothing. I mean, compared to other countries, several other. I'm not even going to call Ghana because Ghana has become like in America for a lot of Liberians. But we are the least because of a simple soccer match that should bring us together, love and uniting us. We go there, we kill our brothers or kill our sisters, and the next thing we're gonna do is to destroy the millions of dollars that were just put into that field to bring us to the top. I remember when I was on another network when we went after the government for doing nothing about the stadium. We went after Minister Zilgar Wilson. He was on that came up when we were on Spoon. We went after Minister Zilgar Wilson. We went after everybody. We blame the government. We blame Samuel Toy. Now they brought our pitch to where it is, then we go right back. Even if ref cheated you for one goal business, is that why you kill people and want to destroy everybody? Is that the kind of anger you have? The kind of what kind of anger is that? Because of a goal that a referee cheated you, you couldn't demonstrate. Look, that's why many times when I go to Monrovia, I don't go places where people there are the potential for violence and things like that. I always try to escape it. I've been planning to come to Liberia to watch the national county meet. I want to be there. I want to support the county, my county ambassador. I want to watch them play and do things like that in other counties. But how can I go into something like that where I know I won't be safe? Any violent breaker, I could either die or something can happen. Why should I even want to go there? What is going to do? Are they going to suspend the team? Are they going to suspend Nima and Granji there? Are they going to be kicked out? But the result here is, Robert, things happen and nothing, no action is taken. So the kids feel that it's an acceptable way to go about and do things. They feel it's a very acceptable way to do things. Because you know what? Nobody get punished. I get out there, I stone people. I feel that if I can bust somebody a glass on the car, I have put my anger forward, and I say, you know what? I'm going to get out of this thing. This is a complete nonsense. Like somebody say, generational trauma has affected Jardine S. Fire. He said generational trauma has affected American over the year. After slavery traumatized people were dumped into the society or rehabilitation. The same situation in Liberia. After the war, 99% of Liberia all became traumatized. Exactly, because we have no acceptable way of dealing with our anger but to use violence, which is sad.
And
very, very sad.
And it's unfortunate, man. But another thing that we have got to look at, Dr. Peabody, is the planning, right? Because in as much as you don't expect violence, right? But we have a record of some of these high profile content meet games ending in a lot of tension, right? So you anticipate that, well, you hope that it does not end violently, but you've got to plan to ensure that if violence ensues, that you have enough protection to not only protect the state property, but to protect lives, right? I mean, Dr. Peabody, the police that was on that stadium today could not protect themselves. We already know that most of our police officers are not well equipped. They're not well equipped. They don't have the kind of tools or ammunition to really scare off folks. And I'm telling you, when some of these guys are coming towards you, anyone gets scared, especially if you don't have any weapon. They're not coming by themselves. They're not coming in one. They're one, two, three, four. I mean, they were running after one grand jury guy came in and I think smashed a car, and the police attempted to run after him to catch him. As he ran after him, the other grand jury folks, ran towards the cops, and they basically took over him. But the planning, I would have sat and said, look, we need adequate police force on the ground, just in case this turn upside down. If you had enough police officers on ground protecting lives and ensuring peace and ensuring that these folks, just in case it ended in any kind of way whatsoever, you have enough security. Today, we did not have enough security. And I don't think these guys had enough time to call for backup because, I mean, of course, by the time backup gets there, damage is already done, right? So a part of my issue there is, and as we go to the semifinals, and as we go to the finals, the planning have got to be holistic. And some of the guys in charge here are very smart people. I know some of them. What I can understand is what thought process goes into this planning, because you have got to consider everything. Yeah, we don't want violence. Yeah, we don't want this. But what if that happens? What plan do you have as a backup? We did not have security out there. And this will actually scare people. For me, I love the game. I left the foreign ministry today told my driver, I said, we gotta get to SKD. I want to see the end of this game. A lot of people would say, you know what? I'm not safe. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation. Same thing happens with Lone Star. The Lone Star head coach was basically crying yesterday, for attendance. He said, look, the kind of attendance and the kind of attention given to the content meet, he will hope that we got the Lone Star got the same support. But who wants to put themselves in a dangerous space like that? And it doesn't matter what you pay, whether you're in VVIP for $65 or you are in a VIP for $25. Everyone is at risk at this point. No one is safe. So where is the security as part of this planning? Where are the security apparatus? You not only should you have police officers out there, you should have some of the militaries out there, those folks that have guns, not to hurt anyone, but just to ensure that you have enough security to calm things down, to scare folks away, for folks to be concerned that look, if we go out there and act a fool, we could be handled properly, we could be held accountable, not to kill anyone or anything like that. But that guy who lost his life today, his life could have been saved had we had security. After the police officer went on the field, got the referee away, everyone was for themselves, God for all situation. Those boys invaded the pitch, and that was the end of it. And they damaged things at that stadium before three, four, five police started coming around with swift and right. What that this stuff don't scare people. I saw young people kicking and destroying things in the faces of police officer, and the police officer looked at him and said, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" No one has been arrested. No one has been handled. So I'm hoping that this is used as a lesson learned. And I like the point that you made earlier when I was driving here. Even if they took this to SKD practice pitch, and foolishness happen, it doesn't matter where this goes. It doesn't take away the fact that we still don't have a strategy when it comes to how we react to certain things, and how do we put plans in place to avoid some of these things, or at least manage violence when it occurred. It's bad. It's bad for our sports. It's bad for our country. This is going to cost LFA a lot of money. And by the way, the stadium looks so beautiful with the renovation that happened at that stadium. It looks so beautiful. It looks lively. Why would you want to break that down? We did the same thing during the Civil War. We destroyed our electricity in this place. We destroyed our roads. We broke everything down. And more than 20 some years after, look at how long it's taken us to rebuild these things. We've got to wise up. We've got to be patriots, and we've got to be civilized. And unfortunately, we're not at that level at this point.
Look, let me say this, man. Who put this up? Just take this nonsense down. I'm not going to give this guy credit. You should even show him whoever talking that self-hate for crime people. I'm not going to scoop to that level. I got my crime brothers and sisters. Know that I love them a lot. Love my brother from Nima and Grandview. We are great brothers and sisters. I don't. That's the same nonsense we're talking about. I don't put ethnic things before anything I do. So just put that nonsense down. But the fact here is, I think in solidarity of that young child that got killed, that young woman, I think they need to end it. They need to stop it. The content need to be a stop. There shouldn't be no more games. I think they should, because they didn't organize it. There were a lot of destruction there on the field today. A lot of property damage and stuff like that. I think this should be the end of the counter meet. This should be the end of it. I don't think, since they were not organized, they didn't have much security to protect the citizen and all of that. I think they should put a stop to it. I mean, the whole thing should come to an end, because right now it's turning into an ethnic violence. Now I mean, that's what I said. You don't have to. The counter meet you bring us from the past. I mean, to bring us together, but it seems like it's taking us back, and then you're going to have the ethnic tension coming up again. I don't think Liberians want to see this. I don't think this needs to happen. I don't think Liberians want to go back into that ethnic thing. It won't do anything. Being a crime, being a guild, being a bachelor, a pellet, whatever. I don't think that should be. I think we need to stop. We need to stop it, and I think that content need to be stopped. But it was very bad, Robert, and I'm glad that you even made it out of there. But to see how our brothers and sisters, I wouldn't go to the game. If I was there, I probably wouldn't have gone, because the first thing is, if I know that I cannot be protected. If my government can provide the security to protect me in a public place like that, what I would, if anything happened to you, you're gonna die. And those kids that I know, when they come to you with force, they don't care. They will hit you and do stuff to you. They don't care. So I think that in the best interest of the country, this content meeting needs to be called off. The president needs to come and issue a statement of reconciliation and peace. And I think my friend, I think the vice president too need to come up and issue a statement, that to bring us back together. But it seems like it's getting off, and like one of the crazy guys that just wrote that thing, stuff like that. Those are the kind of people that create problem in our country. That you can disagree, or because somebody score a goal and the referee cheated you, so you should go there and try to kill each other. Is that what Liberia should be for? We want to go and try to kill each other because of somebody cheated, or because soccer game. The soccer game is to unite us, bring us together, be happy, and stuff like that. But we should not be resulting into violence among ourselves, killing somebody, people bleeding. I saw photos of people bleeding, Robert, seriously injured, and stuff like that. I don't think that should form part of. It's very barbaric to do that, to fight. You're jumping on the field with gun, with knife, with rock and stoning and destroying things. That's a serious trauma. That's a serious anger issue. I think the whole counter meet needs to be canceled. I think they will be in the best interest of the country and the best of the Liberian people. And let's go back to the table and start talking about peace and reconciliation. The whole content may need to be canceled, and stuff like that. I didn't watch the game. I didn't know whether the ref cheated or not. But even if the ref cheated, is that how you resort into expressing your displeasure of a thing? Is that how you do it? Why all the time that our young Liberians will resort into violence when they are expressing the displeasure? Why to do that? Why all the time? Even at the university level, we are seeing students die because of Liberian. They are upset and they have no other way to express it but to result into violence. I think that's very barbaric. And for me, I hope the minister join us, but I think this content needs to stop, and the president needs to come up and make a statement. We have one more beautiful Liberian, that passed, a young Liberian, could be a family man, could be. I heard another girl just passed it. I think last night they took her from her room and killed her. She was playing for one of the county kickball team and all of that. Robert, this should not be happening in our country.
Yeah, it definitely should not be happening, Dr. Peabody. These things that soccer fans get mad, and people are outraged. They're not happy about certain things. I'm deeply involved in the soccer. I'm a soccer fan, and it hurts. It hurts when you feel like you've been cheated. But to your point, this is no excuse as to how it was handled. I will say though, Doc, I don't think that we need to cancel the tournament, but I understand your sentiment. What I do think needs to happen, and I hope the deputy minister, can join. What I do think should happen is something that have not happened before, is that we need to set a precedent that these kinds of actions are unacceptable, they are wrong, and they should not be entertained, period, right? And so not only do I think that the team grand jury should be suspended, I also wanted to look at the ref, because this ref blatantly, yeah, go ahead. I will stop right now, let the minister say one or two words. Okay. I do. Okay. All right. Hey, Mr. Andy Kwame, how are you?
Okay, sir. How you doing?
I'm excellent. So this is Robert Gagwa. I'm in studio from the closing argument. Welcome to the closing argument. We have Dr. Henry Peabody on the other side. So we just want you to give your opinion and your take on what occurred today. What occurred today was unfortunate. I was at the stadium. My guys and I were kept heading indoors for a long time, and when we finally made it to my car, it got really bad and horrible. It was like a war zone. Why did you think that happened today? One, two, what sort of actions are you guys going to take to ensure that this kind of behavior is unacceptable? Three, let's look at the refereeing. What are your thoughts on the decision to disallow Grand Judy goal today?
Well, thank you. Sorry, because I've been talking for a couple of few days, my voice is terrible. I hope you understand that.
Yes, sir.
First, firstly, let me say this much: the officiating over the few days have been terrible, and all those officiating have been subjected to the referee committee to look at them and to determine a probable punishment for those who will be culpable for an offense. Being an match official myself, who have been around football for 29 years, in my opinion, I'm not a referee, and my statement here is not a fact. But in my opinion, I think Grand Jada was robbed out of their fair goal. There was no reason why that goal was disallowed. That have been taken to the referee committee. The referee committee is having an emergency meeting now to make a determination as to what will happen to that referee. There is a meeting tomorrow at 11 o'clock for the referee committee to also determine between Bomi and Lofa what happened in that match as well. All the games have been reviewed, and there will be probable punishment for those who will be liable for those things that have happened. Quite frankly, I strongly believe Grand Jada was dropped out of the game. I mean, this is not fair. You must earn your qualification to the next round or to the semi-final. You must not be given on the basis of bigger county or smaller county. All 15 counties deserve their right to participate, and they deserve their right, if they win a fair and clear game, to be given the right to advance to the next stage of the tournament. In my mind, the officiating have been very terrible, but that did not give any right to any citizen to vandalize, destroy, and wound people. I mean, the citizens of Grand Jida, or the fans of Grand Jida today, they were terrible. They have destroyed the SKD sports complex that we have managed. We were banned 2 years ago. We managed to bring it to par. Now we have been accepted to play there. Everything was destroyed today. It's unacceptable. We are looking at the video footages. We are turning over to the police to look at it. Whoever that will be seen being destructive, very violent, will be banned for entering the stadium. The police is looking at the footages to see what can be done. I cannot come out clearly now to say exactly this person will be punished or that person will be punished. But yes, the police is looking at the footages to determine what happened. You know, we have a mini hospital at the stadium. There were 6 to 7 people who got badly injured, and they were being treated there. And then when the news broke out that the guy from Grand Jida had died, people moved in there. They were harming everybody, destroying every property, which is not true. The guy was taken to the hospital. He's not dead. He's still alive, except otherwise now, but according to the report, around 9 o'clock, he was still alive. He's not dead. But again, when people are come to the field with a set mind, if we don't win, we will do this. If we don't win, we will do this. I mean, the county meet is not for win at all costs. Nima County is the highest winner of the National County Sports Meet from the inception in 1957. They are not supposed to win if they don't cheat. If Nima want to earn the right, they must win on the free to play perfectly. You don't have to aid their qualification to the semi-final. I think it was wrong on the part of the referee. The goal was a clear goal. He did disallow it. On the basis of that disallowing goal, that will cause the violence today, which is not a right for Grand Jida fans to do that. But I think it was wrong to rob them of their goal. A very clear goal. I mean, on the basis of that, the destruction took place.
Thank you, thank you. I want to ask you this one last question, and then I will get Dr. Peabody to come in. Look, there have been a lot of different things happening with the overall planning of this tournament. One of the noticeable things that occurred a few days ago, which resulted to the replay of this match, was the fact that the stadium did not have enough lighting to continue into the extra time and subsequently the penalties kick. What can you tell us about that? What can you tell the nation about that? A lot of folks are wondering why would the lights not work when the stadium just underwent a major renovation. I know for a fact those lights been working before the renovation occurred. I was at SKD when we played Sierra Leone 3-1. Those lights were working perfectly fine. I was at the stadium just recently when we play our recent game. What did you guys do some housekeeping to test the lights to make sure those lights were functioning? That also play into your scheduling of the games. Who dropped the ball, and is there any accountability?
Just give me one at a time because if it's too much, I might not remember everything.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if you double the trouble, two full five questions, I might not remember everything to answer it. So at least it's one at a time.
Okay, go ahead.
Answer it, we'll go to the next one.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, the lights have not been good since 2017. That the grade of that light is analog 3.0, and FIFA regulation says 1.2. That means 1,200. And that light is 3.0, and that they have been existing since 1984. So they are outlived actually. Last year we should have changed them because of the FIFA ban. It was not changed. The budget had 500,000 in the budget. The contract was signed with Greenfield to change the light. Everything was 100% set. The PPCC, the Justice Ministry, Finance Ministry, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports signed an agreement. The company was ready to ship those materials to Liberia. Unfortunately, after the recap, that money disappeared from our account or from the Ministry of Youth and Sports allotment. So unfortunately, we did not have the light change. So this year again, we are having conversation. We're at the Capitol building today in the Vice President's office. We met with Senator Moy, Senator Francis Dopo, Senator Boja Sebwe, and the Senate Committee on Ways, Means and Finance, the Houses Committee on Ways, Means and Finance, to make sure that the budget for the life is placed back in the budget for this year. And there are a lot more conversation that is going on behind the scenes to make sure that we change that light so that Canton Meet or our World Cup qualifier in September will be played in the night. So we are in conversation now with the Senate and the House of Representatives and the Vice President office to make sure that they put that money back into the budget so that we can change the light because it's embarrassing, honestly.
Thank you. I will have Dr. Peabody ask your question. Dr. Peabody?
Mr. Minister, welcome to the closing argument. My question to you is, you guys been around. You have traveled internationally. You have watched games.
Dr. Peabody, you might want to check your mic. You're not audible.
Unfortunately, I'm not hearing him.
I know. Yeah. Dr. Peabody,
can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
We're not getting you.
Yeah, that would be
what's
hard.
his name?
Because Robert, you talking on the phone, so Robert, you can hear me though, right?
Dr.
Robert,
Peabody,
okay.
I'm not getting yours, but we're not getting.
Go ahead. Ask your question, Alex Smith.
Yes,
go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Okay.
Friday, to make sure that it was on. We put it on from 8 o'clock to 11 that night. It was on. Officially, it was not 100% okay, but it was playable. People could play in the night because we tested it. The side on the gate 5 side, gate 2, 3, 4, 5 was not 100% good, but the side to gate 10, gate 11, to gate 15 was perfect. 100% perfect. But then there was only one light bulb coming from the east side around the Chinese hotel. But then the rest of the other side were coming on very perfectly. But then unfortunately for us, because we tested it on Saturday, when we put it on, everything refused to come on except only 5 balls on the other side, 1 on the other side, 1 on the other side, and 4. So it was not shining enough for a night game because it was not okay for you to play a night game because the visibility was not clever. That's the point. But we tested it was okay on a Friday night. Those who were at the stadium, or even those who were at David Joshua showed it all the light. We tested it up to 11 o'clock on Friday. Unfortunately, these are material. These are things I can feel. Because I just said to you, outlay since 1984. And
Wow.
that's one of the reasons why we were banned by FIFA.
Wow.
We changed your life from analog to digital LED. So now they was in the budget. Unfortunately, we could not get the money last year. The contract was signed. As a matter of fact, the Greenfield people are in town. We met them today. We had a conversation with them that even though we don't have it in the budget again, but we are lobbying behind the scene with the Vice President office, the Senator Moi office, Senator Nomini Kanga, Senator Darren. We met all of them today. And Peabody that will help us to put money in the budget so that we can change those lives.
Wow, since 1984. Alex, you want to ask the
Yeah.
minister a question?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
The Peabody, go ahead.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Robert.
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. So I have just one question for the minister. This is
Okay,
Alex Chuchu Jones.
Alex, hold on for a second. He's not hearing you guys. Let the guys come back here. I think I have the phone. 1 second, guys. Okay, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Minister. First of all, I want to say that it's regrettable of the situation that's happening, and this has been ongoing where most county meets have ended in violence or in some disruption. And I don't think this is the blame of any one particular government. It's not about Joshua government or about the Boyka government. So let me just make that very clear. My question to you, Mr. Minister, you complain. I mean, I heard you state that the budget allocation was not available to change the lights, and I'm sure other logistics. Now, what steps have been taken to remove the Liberian sports from the government budget under its own management, like in every other country? The NBA, the NFL, they are not part of any government. The European football, they are not part of any government. They are associations and corporations. What are you doing, or what have you done to remove that so that wherever money that can be generated from these leagues and these matches can truly benefit the players, the communities, the counties, and so forth? That's my question.
Okay, thank you. Let me say this much. I'm not sure if you understand the National County Sports Meet very well. It was established in 1957 by President William V.S. Tubman for peace, reconciliation, and unification. The National County Sports Meet is not part of the Liberian Football Association or the Liberian Basketball Federation or the Liberian Keyboard Federation or the Liberian Volleyball or the Liberian Athletics Federation. It is a 1% government funded project. The National County Sports Meet is a deliverable of the government for peace, reconciliation. So it is not part of any of the federations who are associated internationally. The county meet is a domestic political league, yet for peace and reconciliation, to bring all 15 counties together for the reconciliation and peace of our country. So that cannot happen. The Liberian Football Association is in charge of football. The Liberian Basketball Federation is in charge of basketball. The Liberian Volleyball is in charge of volleyball. So at a go, the Liberian Kickball Federation is in charge of kickball. But unlike the National County Sports Meet, it's strictly a 100% government deliverable project. So it cannot be in that situation as you just described.
So then my follow-up would be, why would the government be paying for the lights when the lights for the stadium?
Alex, you're not audible. Alex, you're
Hello?
not audible.
Hello?
You're
Can you
not
hear me
audible.
now? Hello?
Alex, you're not audible. Dr. Peabody, you want to try if you're audible?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
No, Dr. Peabody is not as well.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys can talk because
Okay,
you have
go ahead.
Well, actually,
Go ahead.
Hello?
Again, my question, minister, to the minister is, why haven't you guys? You know, you have over 30, 40,000 people showing up at the game. Why you guys not put in place the right security? Why is it always these people have to be jumping over the fence after a game, or even when something goes wrong at the stadium? Why do they have to do that all the time? Why you guys not put in place the right security for that?
There are always security. I think what happened today was because they said it was just 30 minutes, probably the security just felt okay. They 30 minutes will not be much, but if you got to know that Nima County and Grand Nigeria is a whole ball game. It's like a country for this country. They were, I think the police came today, but they were not enough because they were okay. That it was just been 30 minutes afterwards the game is over. But the security have been okay. There are more than 400 police every time with 100 AFL every time at the game. But the parents are just violent. Maybe after the 1990 war, everybody just grew up with it violent. After the game, I mean, 18 feet fence, they will jump over the fence, come to the field, just to misbehave. I mean, the people just love it in our country, which is terrible for our country and for the society and the new generation. They are just lawless. The other country, right after the game, after the 1990
I know they're lawless, but what will you guys do to stop that when people are dying? I mean, there's no way you guys can stop people from jumping over the fence on the soccer field. There's no way you guys can do that.
It's unfortunate in Liberia. It's everywhere. Everything, even the national team is playing. Regardless of the result, they will come to the paper to vandalize or to either destroy or to harm other people, which is unacceptable. This is our country. We cannot destroy everything. 1990, we destroyed everything. It took us more than 200 years backward, and we are still doing the thing. Now today, more than 100,000 worth of property got destroyed at the SKD. Where do we have that money for now? We are looking for money to fix the light. We are looking for Docker C. Now, all the Docker C have been damaged today. The Docker C I just purchased 3 months ago. Everything was damaged today. The substitute bench, because most people might not know what is Docker C.
My last question: Are you guys going to stop the counter meet? Not the soccer field. The soccer field is damaged. The lights damaged. Are you guys going to cancel the counter meet? Don't you think that's the right thing to do, Minister?
All the seats, more than 200 seats, were destroyed today in the VIP, around the stadium week, around the field. Everything, more than 200 seats got destroyed.
Wow. It's sad. It's really, really sad.
More than sad. I mean, what? Okay, referee cheated, which we all know that he will be punished, he will be penalized. But what? Okay, this destruction, will it bring the recover? All the destruction that you're doing now, will it bring anything back? You destroy your own country, but you want the country to be developed. But
Yeah.
every time we say that, but we are the same people who are destroying our own country.
Yeah, it's really, really sad. Dr. Peabody, are they still audible from the studio? Dr. Peabody, you want to ask one more question?
Can we ask them whether they're going to put an end to the counter meet with all that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're just okay.
Go ahead, Doc.
I think
you now.
My question is: are they going to cancel the counter meet? Now the soccer pitch, everything is damaged. The seats, and you got somebody who presumably may be dead, maybe are just going to cancel the counter meet. This will be the right thing to do because you don't know what else will pop up in any other game to come.
You want me to answer now?
Yes, go ahead.
The national campaign supposed to me is not just any Kwame property. It is a deliverable of the government of Liberia, held by the president of Liberia. So that decision to cancel the campaign meeting is not in my purview. It is the decision of the National Steering Committee. But in my mind, no, nothing major has happened for which the campaign will be canceled. I think there was some misunderstanding. The referee made some mistakes. The fans of Grand Nigeria can't vandalize the stadium. But cancel the campaign for on the basis of what? That decision will be made by either cabinet or the president's office or through the National Steering Committee. But I cannot sit down today and say, okay, tomorrow the campaign will be cancelled or the campaign will be postponed. No, that is not decision for anyone. It is the decision of the national government because the national campaign supposed is the deliverable of the government of Liberia.
You have people dying, the pitch is destroyed. You don't have security to protect.
One question I want to ask, I think we're having some troubles from the studio overseas, but let me ask you this question. I just want you to reiterate. Are you guys going to? Are we going to hear some punishment something, some accountability here before the next game? And are you guys, do you guys plan on having some conference to just reassure fans that are intent to go to the stadium on Wednesday, that they are safe and they are well protected, just in case another violence would occur?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are not playing two games a day anymore. On Wednesday, excuse me. On Wednesday, River G will be playing Grand Bassa County. In the keyboard category, River Says will be playing Bomi County. That game, the keyboard game will start at 1 o'clock. And at 3:30, the football game will start between River G and Grand Bassa County. Then on Thursday, Nima County will be playing Lofa County. 1 o'clock will be Nima versus Lofa in the keyboard. And 3:30 will be Nima versus Lofa. So we have a major time frame. In the evening, it goes to extra time and proper penalty. So we will be playing the games in 2 days. On Saturday will be the 10th match, and Sunday there will be only one game, the grand final. That decision I've been taking. If I have your number now, I will send you the news picture so that you can display on your screen for the viewer overseas and viewer in Monrovia or in Liberia.
Okay, we'll have, you can send the information to this number, the Truth FM number. We'll go ahead and display that. Any more questions from the studio? Those guys are audible. Alex, you have one more question. Dr. Peabody?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I mean, he's not here.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
yeah. I mean, Robert, maybe just asking, if the stadium is destroyed over 400 seats, would it be able to fix it between 9 and Wednesday?
No, I'm not sure. Well, I mean, we will reassess it tomorrow. This discussion I'm talking about, it was from the local for me game. I'm not even adding what happened tonight.
Okay. So,
That is from the local for the bombing game. Last night after that game, and the bombing fell robbed by the referee decision as well. Those things were destroyed. I'm not even counting what happened today or this evening between the Dima was the River Grand Jila game. So we have to assess it tomorrow and see. But whatever happened, the game will go ahead on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, yes, we just have to work overnight to make sure that at least if we cannot replace all the seats, but majority of the seats will be installed tomorrow, and we'll see. The only thing is that the Docker seats all have been destroyed, but we'll find a way. To end this tournament so that we can find resources now to start the renovation process and to find a way where we can find a new Docker seat. But I mean,
so what the financial game of this tournament? Is it possible to continue on this tournament? So you have more destruction of properties and things like that. Is it feasible to continue hosting this tournament? Why not you just cancel the tournament?
I just said to you, Mr. Peabody, and the women cannot they cancel the tournament. This is not my decision. It is the government of Liberia decision. I don't speak for the government of Liberia. I'm just a deputy minister for sports. I cannot sit here tonight. Okay, yeah, we'll cancel the academy. No, I don't have that authority.
okay, that's fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
The board can do that. Or cabinet will take that decision, or the National Steering Committee headed by the Minister of Sports and co-chaired by the Minister of Internal Affairs will do that. But it's a bigger decision that any family cannot take just on the radio or on a call to a radio station. So,
thank you.
I think in the interest of national peace,
it's about
the interest of national peace,
when it comes to major tournaments, and subsequently when Lone Star played. On when was it? Was it on Saturday? On Sunday, when Bassa played, we were driving in, and there was a very long line from outside the stadium, and folks was in long lines, queues trying to purchase tickets. For those who were in the VIP sections, you have your VIP ticket, and then it seems like there's another check at the actual VIP door, which was totally chaotic. There were fights out there. What are you guys doing? What is the Ministry of Youth and Sports doing, and those in charge of these games, to ensure that the whole process of ticketing, purchasing ticket, access to the stadium is a lot more smoother, because the violence starts from outside. when people are very frustrated. I remember yesterday the first half had ended, and there were folks still in line. There were people still being checked at the VIP area. What can you guys do to ensure that people who have interest in purchasing ticket have different areas to go and buy their tickets, and that there's a smoother process with regards to accessing the stadium?
Robert, let me say this much. 90% of the people who go to that field go there hoping that the president of Liberia or the vice president or some authority will say free gate. They don't want to buy ticket. They just put there, making sure looking for any loophole to steal or to criminalize this activity. The 10% that buy their legitimate ticket are not given the chance to go to the field. 90% will just enter there asking that they go to either exercise or go. So it's a problem. It's a serious problem in Liberia. Nobody wants to pay. Everybody sees that everything should be free in this country. So on the basis of that, people just troop to the gate and harass other people who are legitimately buy their ticket. It's a sad situation for our country. Nobody wants to pay for tickets. Everybody wants it free. And they'll find a way. Then yesterday I heard there was a fee. Thank God nothing happened majorly. But somebody said, free gate, free gate, free gate. And everybody just runs to the gate. Because that's why they're looking for just free gate. It's sad for our country. That's the reason. Nobody wants to be honest. Our country is so disorganized, rule, and nobody wants to follow the instruction. If the police say pass over, it's a problem. They don't want to respect. They want people to respect the AFM.
Wow, 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 wow. So, Mr. Aniko, I
So
must say you've been very raw. You are answering these questions not from a diplomatic perspective, and we love that. It's a serious problem. We have to address them. And I'm hoping that you guys from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, whatever help, whatever we can do to help, in this process. There are people out there, there are organizations, the media, there are platforms that could probably help in many ways. But what happened today? But what happened today was unfortunate. It was definitely unnecessary, uncalled for. And Dr. Peabody, Alex, and the rest of the crew, I'm sure that an entire nation, I'm sure that we will be looking out for some accountability here, because I believe this county meet should unify Liberians, and not further. Yeah.
Unity of the country, that's the main purpose. But other people are taking it that win at all costs. If my country fail to win, I will destroy. If I don't win, it means that nobody will play. My country got to win at all costs. This is not it. I mean, if you can't earn your right to play in the next round, go out. Go out peacefully. You don't have to destroy our property. You don't have to cheat to earn another county, disadvantage another county to go to the next round. I mean, that is unacceptable. It's wrong. And those culprits will be punished. Severely punished.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so, and we hope so. We also hope.
No, I'm not the referee committee, but I can promise you. I mean, they have not authorized me to say this, but I don't want to say it. But before tomorrow, the information will be out that there will be punishment for those who mismanage our matches or who put it into the match. They will be punished. But I'm not spokesperson for the referee committee, and I don't want to speak for them. But I've evidence show.
Thank you.
Have been reached, and they will be punished. And hopefully by tomorrow we'll hear the news about no punishment. But I'm not the official spokesman for the referee committee, so I cannot speak for them. But I'm sure that before tomorrow the information will be out to the public.
Thank you so much. Any other questions from the studio, if audible?
No, we're good. I'm good. Yeah.
No, I think we're good.
All right. So, Mr. Minister, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight and some information on what occurred today, and we wish you guys a smooth and peaceful rest of the tournament, and hopefully, like I said earlier, there's some accountability yet. That's necessary. Thank you so much. Can you give your closing your closing statement?
Thank you for the opportunity to provide me, and if you can use your platform to inform our people in the region there around the world that Wednesday there will be one game play, and on Thursday the other game will be played. On Saturday there will be the next match, and on Sunday only the final will be played.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Bye bye.
Wow, Alex, thank you for joining us. We will
That's
we'll,
because
we'll,
of
be- we'll be
Ade
parting here in
Kwame,
the next.
the Deputy
Yeah, we'll
Minister
be
of Youth
parting
and
here in the next
Sport.
15 minutes.
He was the same deputy under the Minister Zoga Wilson. I don't know him personally, but we've crossed paths. But it's so unfortunate what happened today, man. It's unfortunate.
It's it's a sad, Robert. We would just what I'm saying is, I think what needs to be done now. You need either a senator from Nema County and one from Grand Gita County, or the two superintendents come up and issue a statement, calling for calm and calling for calm in the country. We don't need to go back to no uplifting because of soccer game and stuff like that. I think they need to come up and issue a very strong statement calling all the supporters of the citizens, to come and let them know that we are this is in the interest of peace for our country. It's not something that we need to count. Look at what happened. If I had the power, I would cancel the county meeting. The first thing to have for the field, the damage the seats, the damage different part of the field. The light is not working. The minister made it clear that it's almost impossible for the police to really control people if they even jump in over the field. All of that. Those are all serious security situations. And if I had my way, I would ask that they cancel the county meet because I think they were not prepared this year to host it, and they should have just kept it like that. But we don't want to see one person shed blood because of that. We don't want no ethnic division because of that. So I'm calling on the senators, the superintendent of the both counties to come up and really issue a statement of peace and solidarity, for the county meeting for Liberia, for the both citizens. I want to add something there, Alex. Go ahead, Alex. We got another more 10 minutes, and then we'll be closing, guys. Alex, Alex, can you hear us?
I think he's having trouble with his audio. Doc, are we gonna take some calls? Call
Alex, you
in?
can hear us? Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let Alex come in, and then we can take some call and call it a day.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, you can hear us?
Yeah, just give me a let me log back in. Having a little technical out. Let me log back.
No, we can hear you now.
We can hear you clear now.
Yeah, I think he's trying to load back in. But yeah, guys, we can probably take a few calls. And then when Alice get back, we can have him charm in. Uh, so you guys can get ready for a few calls.
All right, so let's announce the number.
I can hear you guys now. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
have existed between those countries. I think that there is very huge growth today, and so on the basis of that, I think to start from, to appease everybody, I think the national council meet at this stage should be cancelled, and there should be a proper planning for next year. As a matter of fact, the last government, we should have started the council meet, and this government put to the government. I just left our government that they wanted to, do the council meet. So that's why it was delayed for over 3 months or 4 months, and during that period, I think I have to disagree with Minister Andy Kwamiela, who was looking for 3 years. Both the bishop is telling, so he's the deputy minister for sports. Okay, and he's very nice gentleman, and I think he spoke very boldly, he spoke the truth. But I think on the basis of speaking such truth for the national security of the country, for the national reconciliation and peace building of the country, I think the country at this stage should now be served and reorganized properly next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. Thanks for participating. 0776-927472. Call me live on a closing argument tonight. Your name, caller, and where do you call from?
Yes, good evening.
What?
This is Charles Wendo calling from Thomasville Street Center.
Go ahead, Charles.
Yes, on the issue on the game that took place today at this CD is very much worrisome because one fact is that
It's very low, guys.
the Bureau counties and also the soccer players for the national team. But with this ongoing scenario that is happening within the various leagues that play so far, it's some worrisome. And like the assistant minister just said, these activities should not continue to go ahead with us. We're supposed to be people of each nature. We have experienced war, we have experienced a lot of things that are happening all the time. And with this mindset going on the field, I must win, and if I don't win, this person must not have it. It is not good for us Liberians. We should have to take from this attitude and try to do something different. We should not continue to go ahead destroying, vandalizing properties that have been millions of dollars have been spent on just because of one match, and so many things destroyed. From yesterday, today again something happened, and we're hearing that death is happening in the process. What should we do to continue doing this thing against our own selves? So for me, it is letting apparently I believe that the many of us that were suggesting the city when we were having the discussion with the minister that we suspend entirely. We are not meeting the essence of the league.
Okay. All right. We're not meeting the essence of what the league, so I think that we should cancel entirely. That's what on his mind. But you can call in to 776-927472. 776-927472. Closing argument here on Tref and you are live.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy calling
From where?
Rehab, Jimmy B. Swain.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, only thing I want to say is that the Reverend was the one that was in the course, which actually took place on the field. I myself only have been crazy there. I've been crazy there. But today, we school our boy, the Reverend, no reason, he decided to cancel the goal. I went around our temple and we started. We are you sort of blood from the wall.
Yeah, so next time I'll tell me about rise again, oh.
Yo, from the wall, we don't see each other.
That's why I say that sports now, that's the beauty of the game. There must be a loser, a winner, or play for a draw. So we shouldn't allow the games, yeah.
We were the favorite to win the game. Is no man equal to us. But the video of the ground
No. Not so. Not about the VP. You understand on when the VP announced free entrance to everybody, or not only for the Libanese. No, the VP is the vice president for the entire country. All right. What's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you?
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Warwick.
You are live.
Okay, thank you for the topic on discussion. You know, in Liberia, the level we have here can bring problems to the country. With schools and the sorry to go. I did that probably it's a different for me.
Okay, so what can we do now? What I want you guys to call and be telling me how to talk to your friends out there, colleagues, and put so much into the game and go out there by destroying things at the stadium. So what can we do now? We're not gonna wait foul now. Okay, thank you so much for calling. Few more calls and we'll get back to the guys quickly. 0776-9274-72. Go ahead, name and where do you call from? Lower Mike, you can go ahead. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I cannot just hold you on. I have other callers going to come in. As I said, maybe 2 or 3 more calls. I get back out in very Peabody. Alex, the guys in waiting.
Yeah, 3 more calls.
So
3 more calls should be good. Yeah.
2 more calls. All right, then we'll wrap it already from the callers in. Go ahead. You have the push screen in your voice. It will be audible. Go ahead now. Okay, I don't think that's the right decision to cancel the county meeting for one county, but it should be fine. Thank you so much. The last caller right here. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
You're live.
This is I'm calling you from Carwell. I have a different opinion. This is established that the game was not properly that Nigeria was denied of victory or continual participation in the league. The best thing is to call for the replay of the match. This match of this tournament is intended to reconcile people. If for any reason somebody is depriving another country of a victory and that would lead to a disunity, then the end of the tournament is not be met. So if we continue on this path, then the right thing is to cancel the tournament because the end of the tournament is to be united. If you follow the divide on them, there's no need to find other means to unite us. But I think as it stands, this is very crucial. It's very, it has lot to do with our reconciliation, especially with the countries. The world. People cannot be really and everybody established, even the minister who just called, said the stupid referee. Yeah? He said established that the referee did not officiate the game properly. So what the hell is that the private Nigeria opposition? Replay the match. And get the get a better rest to rest the game.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. It's not going to be a small thing that to do a replay. They meaning that all the matches that happen, schedule them. What I think is the match officials will just go through some punishment. That's all right. I don't know. Reverend Peabody, Robert. There we go.
Yeah, over to Dr. Peabody.
Yeah, guys, we'll just do our closing. But I think all in all, I think I think that the government needs to shut down this counter meet for the year, and I think it will be in the interest of the country, because we saw the violence that escalated today, and I don't know how true, but they say somebody died, and Robert was on the field. He saw the violence and saw how those guys were destroying properties and things like that. The government don't have the security to protect everybody that goes on that field, and we don't know what may happen again for another game. And I think in the best interest of the country, one day, even the vice president, the senator for Grand Julius County, or the superintendent, plan a meeting and get together and call for calm. All of you guys get together, issue a statement, call for calm. We don't deserve this when it comes to the soccer game. Like the minister said, the referee is going to be disciplined. He's going to be punished. Maybe it will result to a replay. But at this time, with the light having problem, with security issue, Liberians deserve blood or killing just because of a soccer game. I think it's bad, you know. Uh, 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 so I think the best thing to do, the entire league is to be canceled, and all the leaders for the counties, the senators, the superintendents get together, issue a statement, call for calm and peace, so that we don't go back to the ugly past. Nobody want to go back to that ugly past in the Liberian Civil War. Bringing that ethnic. Grandidians are great people. The people of Nemadians are also great people, and we need to get together to foster the peace of our country. We don't need to use soccer to destroy, or soccer is supposed to bring us together, but it seems like it's putting us to the past only because the right cheated. We will not follow the behavior of the right. I don't know why he did that, why he decided to do that, but we shouldn't follow that and result into ethnic violence. I think it's important. Our people want peace. Our people have suffered for a long time. We have not recovered from that war. Our country is still the least in the sub-region, and we cannot allow this to happen. Our stadium, the stadium are just millions of dollars that will just fix. It's going back to wreck. The playing pitch, like the minister said, what damage? What all that for, man? What all that for? For a simple soccer game, we can put our feet together and accept defeat and know that somebody have to win, or all of that. Let's just take it back. And I'm calling on the president to cancel the counter meet before it result into further bloodshed and escalation. Thank you. That's my closing. Robert, you want to give a closing, then Alex, and then we'll call it a night, guys. It's been a great show.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating show. I really like what Representative Hassan Beliti wrote. Of course, he's a Nima guy. And I like his comment. He was very truthful, acknowledging that Grand Julius was cheated, and also acknowledging that if Nima should go through to the semifinals, it should be done based on merits and not what occurred today. So I like that. Like you said, Doc, I'm hoping that other leaders can come out and issue statements from both counties, and not just you know Nima and Grand Julius, but leaders from other counties. The purpose of this tournament is to unite us, and I must say, I enjoy the stadium. I mean, each county, they have music playing for each county. Uh, when each of the teams enter the stadium, their traditional songs were played. When Barca scored yesterday, the Barca song was on, and those who represented Barca celebrated, including myself. And so this is what this is about. I even saw senators from different counties actually embrace and each other. It should look at the end of the day. Every tournament, every sports must have a loser and a winner. This is expected, right? And so everyone cannot win the tournament, but it should be done fairly, and it should be done void of any cheat or any sort of influence, or anything of that sort. So, I feel the pains of the people of Grand Jitted and those who went on the stadium today. They truly deserve to win that game. That game should not have gone into penalty kicks. But look, they were also given an opportunity to score 5 goals through the penalties, same as Nimma, and unfortunately they missed two. But they could argue had their goals stood, would not be talking about penalties, right? And so I'm hoping that this does not occur again. I'm also hoping that the organizers, those in charge, and I know that the deputy minister and others are following right now. I think we need to go back to this tournament. I know doctors called in on the tournament to be canceled, but we know that that won't be the case. But we need to go back to the tournament and really brainstorm ways that we can make this more organized, that we can ingest some discipline. I'm hoping that all of the leaders can really sit and have a serious conversation and look at the characteristics of players that are being recruited, right? These players that were advancing our referees, hidden referees, these players should be looked at. Discipline is very important, especially in our sports, in our society. There are many ways to express your grievances on the field of play and outside of the field play. But attacking referees, insulting referees, these coaches, leadership must start from the top. I saw some of these coaches walk on the pitch today, charge at referees. Look, all of these things does not paint a professional picture, and it's not a good thing for the growth and development of our sports. We have a lot of raw talents in this country. We saw that on display for over these few time over the few games, and I think we should look at the bigger picture and the positive. But what occurred today, it does not represent us as a people. It should not represent us as a people, and this should be condemned to the highest level. And I'm also hoping that I'm hoping that this is the president's tournament. Since the minister made it clear, this is the government funding project. So I'm hoping that we can hear from the president condemning this in the same tone, asking Liberians to desist from violence, get together, unify. We can all be frustrated, but there are ways to channel our frustrations and our grievances, not violence. And lastly, I know the minister said no one died today. I did see a body when I went in the back of to where the minister's office are. We had to go to Katie's out there. I did see a body. It looks very lifeless, but I could be wrong. Blood, very bloody, and everything like that. But if no one have died, thank God. This is what we want to hear. But this was totally, totally, totally unacceptable. Thank you.
All right. I think I can come on, right?
Yes. Mr. Jones, go
Yeah,
ahead.
okay. Yeah, guys, very good
Yeah.
show. Sorry I joined you guys late, but I was learning a lot and listening a lot. I agree with the representative. It's a very unfortunate situation. My own take on this is canceling the show is not in the tournament is not just enough. This demonstrates another event where Liberia cannot manage anything. That's the bottom line. We don't have an airline. We don't have good transportation system. The little sport that we've been playing and we all get together and we once a year, we can't even manage that. right? So you cannot blame spectators. Everywhere in the world, you have had football matches in Europe where it ends up in chaos and what have you. And like Robert said, what they do is they have strict fines and disciplinary action, and it doesn't happen again. So sports is a very intense and very emotional thing. But I think it goes back to the fact that we got a lot of soul searching to do as a country. We really need to look at how is there one thing in Liberia that works? You know, and I think not. And the reason is that we always just smooth over things, right? Like the minister was talking. How can only 10% afford to come to the field? Why should the vice president be allowing everybody to come in the field? That people can't even afford the tickets. Bring the prices of the ticket down or do something. But so there's a lot of problems. The lights not working, the referees, and as everyone indicated, this is to unify the people, but in fact, it's disunifying the people. So we ready as a country. We ready, the brains of Liberia. They really need to take a serious evaluation, soul search, and figure out why nothing works in Liberia. From the water to the electricity to the airline to everything, there's a problem. Can we fix one thing? And I think sports should be one of the things that's the easiest and the low hanging fruit. And because a lot of people, canceling the game to me is not just the solution. Because what happened next year? How are you going to solve all the problem of the lights? How are you going to solve the problem of the people not being able to afford the security? So we have a lot of problems, and it stems from bad public management. I think everything we put on a government, it doesn't work. It's time that we take away, we divest all these things from other government and bring private. We saw that in the cell phone industry. Telecom number, we not have not good 100,000 people had telephone. We brought the different telecommunication company, and almost everybody in Liberia in the major cities at least got phone connection. So government management doesn't work. So the senator representative, this should be a UHA moment to start thinking about how you depoliticize, because once government is on top of it, it turns into politics. And politics is about interest. So I just think that it is unfortunate, but then we have to solve a problem in Liberia. We have to come up and fix something so that we can have the momentum to say, you know what, sports in Liberia work. What a few years ago, when I qualified to even go to play there, people couldn't come to Liberia to play. What an embarrassment! And we had a president that was a sports icon. So basketball in Liberia, look at it, the sports commission. I used to play there as a young child, and YMCA. We should have multi-tiers indoor stadiums in our country. We should privatize them. We should incentivize this for investors to come in, where everybody can benefit from it. All these players that are playing, people going to the field and people practicing, no assistance. After the country meet, that's it. Nothing. So Dr. Peabody, you guys are the brains of Liberia. Honorable Musa Bilidi, maybe you need to set up a conference in Liberia where people come together and decide how we solve the different problems in Liberia, because obviously the government is not working for the people. Thank you guys very much, and that's just my comment for the show today.
Thank you, guys in studio. Thank you so much, man. This has been a great show. Thank you, Ansu and Henry and the others. Thank you so much. Robert is there with his boy Henry. So I show you guys that smiling. You giving that. I show the smile of you, Robert. But Robert, it's so good to see you. Thank you for making time even in Liberia and coming on the show, Robert. That's so great of you, man. Thank you so much.
Definitely, man. I'm about to drive back.
You guys take care. Mr. Jones, always good to listen to your your professional dissectment of the topic and all of that.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you. But guys, you have a good night, and to all our fans, thank you for watching us. See you on Wednesday. Robert, be careful over there, brother. We'll see you.
All right, Robert. Good job, Robert. You did an excellent job on the commentation. All right, bye-bye.